Hey, how's it going, guys? So in today's episode, we are going to be taking this Highlander to our first family, somewhat of a long trip, if you will. The travel is supposed to last 4 hours round trip, so basically 2 hours one way and then 2 hours back. So this is the first time we're doing it with the whole family. So with that being said, I got my kids sitting in the back. Little one and my wife is actually out right now. They'll be joining us in shortly. So yeah, and we actually do have our cargo box on top as well, so that's going to be interesting for the first time on this Highlander. I mean, we're taking it for the first time on this Highlander, the cargo box, to somewhat of a long trip. So it's on top, so that should give us an idea, you know, what type of fuel efficiency we should be expecting from this 3-row you know, SUV, a Highlander, for instance, you know, when it's basically fully loaded with people. So we are a family of 5, so I got 3 kids, 2 adults, so it's gonna be fun. And currently I do have close to a half tank of fuel left, and current MPG is 20.4. That's basically around town driving. So lately, you know, since I filled it up last time, we've been driving it basically in town. We haven't really taken it to any long trips, so that's just kind of like a mixture of rush hour driving, regular in town driving, you know, with speed limit around, you know, the highest probably is like 45 miles an hour. For the most part, it's around like 30-35 miles an hour driving. So that's totally fine. I mean, that's normal. But yeah, so this is like I said, this is gonna be our first time taking it for somewhat of a long trip, and like to kind of give you guys an idea of you know, what should you be expecting when if you're considering getting this Highlander basically for your family driving. So from the outside, there you go. So we have this cargo box on top. And here's a better picture in the back. So we got one full-size car seat, regular car seat, and 2 booster seats, and we still have some room to spare on the 3rd row. So that's actually, this is a decent size, you know, for younger families with 3, maybe even 4 children. All right, guys, so family's loaded up, ready to go. Here's my wife. Isn't she beautiful? And here's the little one, and everybody else. My little middle one, and Dior, say hi.
Dior, hello.
He's our oldest one. Okay, so family's loaded up, as I was saying, so we are about to hit the road. My brother is going to be joining us with my parents, so they are going to be in a separate vehicle on the Mazda CX-9. I will be actually making a review about that vehicle as well. So both of these are actually, Highlander and the CX-9 are actually 2021 model years. Both of them are top of the line, fully loaded. So ours is platinum, he's a signature trim, and both are all-wheel drive vehicles basically. So it'll be very fair comparison whenever we do you know, comparing these 2 vehicles at some point. So with that being said, so from here on out, I'll be driving. My wife, she'll be my camera woman, so she'll be holding my camera as we are going to be reporting as we hit the road and driving, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so now we are getting onto a state route. So speed limit on this road is going to be about 65 miles an hour, so we're just speeding up right now. As you can see, 45, 46 going up. The vehicle is holding just fine, no issues. Actually, so I gotta mention, I do have both eco, well, so the system already has the eco mode built into it, so if you're not stepping on the gas too much, it already tries to keep the RPMs low. But at the same time, I also have eco mode actually setting in here engaged as well. So it's like double eco mode right now, working on this vehicle. So, and even with that, it's still pulling just fine. And the cargo box is not really actually making too much noise. I mean, it is making noise, but what I'm trying to say is that Toyota did a really good job with actually noise cancellation. So with that being said, it's not actually, the voice is not getting into inside the cabin as much. And over here on actually infotainment system, it does have this section where you can actually see what wheels are engaged right now actually driving. So right now just front wheel drive, it's just the front wheel drive at the moment. Rear wheels are actually disengaged, and you do have actually G vectoring, the diagramming. Alright guys, so we're about to merge into interstate. It's interstate 10, I-10. So let's see how she does with loaded, with people. Alright, so there you go. And I also, since we're going to be driving for quite a bit on the highway, I also want to demonstrate the cruise control that this Toyota Highlander has. It's adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist and lane departure warning and everything. So let's get up into speed now, and then we're going to set the cruise control. That way you guys can see how it works. So to engage your cruise control, you're gonna press on this button first. There you go. So in a instrument cluster, it says radar cruise is ready for use. So let's get down to 74, and to set it, we're gonna press on this button. There you go. So we set it at 72. So in the middle right here, as you can see, you see those blue lines. That means vehicles in center of the lane right now, so which is good. And it does have a steering assist, right? So to show you guys how it works, I'm just gonna let the steering wheel go, and that way you guys can see how it works. All right, I'm gonna take my hand off. So, and as you can see, the road, it's kind of swinging to the right a little bit, so in vehicles actually centering itself. So I'm not touching it, if you can see. And now it's reminding me to hold the steering wheel, so I will have to put my steering wheel, obviously. So please don't think of think this as of a autopilot. It's not. It's just there to help people, so that way when they get distracted or whatnot, vehicle actually helps them to stay safe and center the vehicle in a lane. But it's definitely a cool feature to have, and especially when you're traveling on the long road trips with family. Kids might be crying, you may get distracted or whatnot, so having this such a feature definitely comes handy. And you can also set your cruise control with the radar, so it keeps the distance. That way, like let's say if the vehicle is slowing down in front of you, actually does slow down the vehicle for you. And then as soon as as soon as that vehicle speeds up or takes the exit or whatnot, the Highlander is going to speed up on its own to that speed that you initially set on your cruise control. Hey guys, so we're still traveling. I asked my wife to just kind of do a quick tour how we're looking inside the cabin at the moment after doing about an hour drive. So kids are still sitting comfortably, no issues, plenty of room. HVAC is working perfectly fine. We have a temperature set at 72 degrees Fahrenheit for cabin, and yeah, I mean it's going quite well actually.
There you are.
Alright guys, so we just loaded up. We came to Costco to do some shopping, and I wanted to share with you guys a cool thing that I actually recently did to Highlander. So in the back, as you guys already know probably, the 4th generation Highlander has a slanted a back cargo area. So sometimes if you have something slippery or kind of flat, it may slip off. So for that reason, I purchased this cargo net, and also did actually add these cargo organizers. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it really actually works out well actually with these two, the cargo net and the organizer. So as you can see, we're able to pack a whole lot of things in there. Then normally without having none of these, actually it would be kind of tough to pack, and these are all holding up really well. So, and we didn't even have to end up using that cargo box much. We only put my little one's actually stroller in there, and everything else is in the back. So, and we're going to be heading back now to heading back home basically. Pretty much done for today. So we're gonna pump some gas, fill up the tank, and hit the road again, and I'll keep you guys posted with the MPG, since last time as we were traveling I was not able to actually fill up the tank, so I just used whatever was in there. Alright guys, so I'm about to pump a gas here at Costco. So right now we are sitting right at the quarter tank mark, a little below actually, and the distance to empty it's showing as 44 miles. So I'm gonna pump a gas, and then we'll see how efficiency goes from there. Alright guys, so we just finished pumping gas. So it's a full tank. Right now it's showing 310 miles till it's empty again. And I put 15 gallons exactly. We're gonna hit the road. We have about 120 miles to travel. So with all that being said, we will see how much of a fuel efficiency we're gonna be getting traveling on a highway. Alright guys, so we're still driving. So far I put probably around 20-ish miles. I have to refuel, and right now it's looking like it's showing 20.5 miles to the gallon. And I've been mainly driving on cruise control, and the speed is set to 75 miles an hour, and this is where we get in so far, right around 20, maybe a little lower. And here's a report. So we just made a stop. So we drove roughly about 60-70 miles. So we're down to 265 miles until the gas tank's empty again, and fuel efficiency is at 20.6. It's not really what normally Toyota advertise for these Highlanders, but then again, I never really complain about the fuel efficiency of this vehicle, nor I ever will. I mean, that's just fun. It's just this is a real world report basically, experience, because these vehicles meant to be driven for basically for like hauling family or carrying some large items or whatnot, you know what I mean. So for that very reason, people normally buy these mid-size SUVs, 3-row SUVs. So for all that being said, this is where we at right now. So yeah, I mean, you be the judge. You gotta give up at some point at some things, you know what I mean. So sometimes you gotta sacrifice fuel efficiency to get a better performance, more reliability, if you will. Sometimes you gotta go the other way and look after more efficiency, and maybe get something like a forced induction engine or smaller displacement engines or whatnot. We're gonna be doing some shopping here, and then we still gotta drive back home for another 60-70 miles. So yeah, and then I'll give you guys my final thought once we make it home. Hey guys, so we are closing with our trip actually for today. As you can see, it's already getting dark too. It was a long day. Total distance that we covered today was around like roughly 240, close to 260 probably miles in distance back and forth. So, and we are actually coming home now. In a closing statement with this first family trip, road trip, I gotta say, vehicle did phenomenal. I mean, no lack of power, no space issue or HVAC issues or anything like that. It was, the set temperature was perfect. We set it to 72 Fahrenheit degrees, and it kept it nice and cool. And surprisingly, actually, the wind noise wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't too terrible, honestly. The only thing I can probably mention that may disappoint some of you, may not be most, but some of you, that the MPG, so it hasn't really changed from time we took off all the way, basically we got home. It's been at 20.6. So I mean, yeah, granted, we did have our cargo box on top, and vehicle is basically packed right now, but then again, it's actually meant for these kind of trips. So aside from that cargo box, which I don't believe it should reflect this much to promised MPG. I don't quite remember from top of my head actually what was Toyota's actually EPA's estimate on this Highlander for highway driving, but either way it's at 20.6. So I mean, for some it might not be, it may not be the proper numbers basically. So yeah, if you are after for like a more better MPG or whatnot on highway driving, I guess you can and well, then again, I don't want to talk you out, but I mean, it's just, this is a real real world actually experience right now. Sorry for my kids noise, they're going crazy back there. But let's see, I'm gonna turn it off right now, and the final calculation should show up, I hope. Let's see. So we just put in a park. Okay, let's see if that will pull up. Normally it shows it, but I guess this time it didn't. But I should be able to pull it up at the end when I want to turn on the vehicle next time. But anyway, I'll get you guys the final numbers. But either way, after refuel, trip odometer, actually the computer, they usually reset. So even then, it was still at 20.6. So anyway, that's not a gripe. It's just giving you guys a real world experience and the numbers. So that's, I guess, what you can expect. Well, other than that, yeah, vehicle did phenomenal. I mean, love it. And I can see ourselves doing a lot of many long trips with this vehicle. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And I hope to catch you guys in future videos. Thank you.